Howdy, folks. It's Waldo again. I uh, I was watching television today. I can't get my hat where I like it. I was watching television today, and it kept mentioning the that whole situation with the courthouse in Portland. That's been a whole thing for a while now. Depending on which outlet you look at, they'll say, oh, the rioters are bad, or it's, the Call of Duty looking fellas that are being mean to protesters. You know, it's a bunch of very strange. Is bias the word? I don't know if bias is the word. It's just, it seems like it's no one really knows what's going on, and there's a lot of different ways everyone's trying to frame everything. But I will tell you one thing that really hasn't been covered by anyone. I haven't seen any person say it. I haven't heard it on the radio, and it's posted on the internet. And I really think people are missing what these children are trying to say at this courthouse. And I tell you, it really, renews your faith in the world because, when I went to school, years ago, it wasn't the best of educations. But you can really tell that education's gotten a lot better because these children are so smart in what they're doing. So, what are all these people trying to protest? They're protesting. They want to get rid of police, right? But you can't get rid of police. That's craziness. Who's going to round up the criminals? You got to have someone to do that. So these kids in Portland, I guess some of them might not be kids, some of them might be older, but a lot of them are kids. But it shows how clever they are. See, in business, when you do business and you want to streamline something, to save money in budgeting, defund as you will, you have to cut out the middleman. You don't like the store? Buy directly from the manufacturer. You cut out the middleman. There's less of a distance, there's less complexity to the system, right? So what these children are doing is they're committing felonies at a federal courthouse. Now, I can't believe no one's actually realized this and how clever that is. If you commit felonies at a federal courthouse, well, where do you go when you commit a felony? You go to a federal courthouse. That's right. So again, if the judge is working at the courthouse, he can look out the window and see someone, committing a felony, throwing whatever those Molotov tail things. Well, that's all him do it. We don't need an investigation. I mean, again, if you commit your crimes at the courthouse, you don't need a cop to arrest you. It's the most brilliant thing I've ever heard. That you wouldn't need police then if people only committed their crimes at the courthouse. You say, well, I'm going to steal something. I just stole something. So I'm going to go to the courthouse. And you go up, you walk in, you tell the lady there and says, hey, you see this here, these keys or whatever. That's for a car I stole. It's out there in the parking lot. And she'll say, okay, thank you, sir. Take a number and go sit in the waiting room and we'll get to you when we can. And, you go sit in the line of criminals. You go up and the judge says, well, we all saw what you did. So you brought the evidence with you, so all right, here you go. Send you to timeout for the next 5 years or so. But that's the most brilliant thing. I've heard so much talk about this defunding police and abolishing police, and no one's really given a good reason to do it or come up with a reason why we could do it. How could a society function without law enforcement? And in Portland, they figured out how to do it. It's amazing. No one's talking about this, and I can't understand why not. It's the smartest thing. They figured it out in that city. Those people are smart over there. Goodness gracious. I mean, committing a felony at a federal courthouse, that's the cleverest thing I've ever heard. You don't need police. Judge just looks out the window, knows what you did, sends you right on, Goodness, something that would have taken, months might not even take a week now. Good gracious, can you imagine the money that would be saved? Well, you wouldn't need so much stuff. You'd barely even need handcuffs. I mean, you look at it, the thing that they're trying to do is get into the courthouse. And what are they going to do when they get in the courthouse? Well, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to commit felonies in there. Duh. They're trying to show all of us a better way to do society. So I wish people would understand that. Maybe they need to, be better with their messaging or something. But, I guess I want to say I support what they're doing in Portland. I think that's a right clever thing to do. Only commit crimes at courthouses. That way you can be arraigned and sentenced, in no time flat. You don't need police. Police ain't got to go out and arrest you because essentially there's no need to arrest you. You're already there. Goodness, that's the cleverest thing I've ever seen. Well, I just wanted to kind of talk about that. So, y'all have a good one.